Okay, one of the things I think you enjoy doing is making this look like it's actually on a table. Right now it looks like I'm kind of looking down on a table at the puzzle, but check this out. I'm going to select all the layers except for my background layer. So I'm going to click on my bottom layer right next to my background layer. I'm going to hold down Shift and I'm going to click on my top layer to include my template just in case I want to make some cutouts later. I'm going to push Command T. Let me zoom out just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to scale those down. Remember, you always want to hold down Shift. And in this case, I'm holding down Shift and Option so that I could do it from all corners at the same time. So what that does is it sort of scales it down so that it looks like it's actually on the table. And I know there's kind of some weird stuff going on around the edge. I don't really have any straight edges. You might want to clean those off a little bit. So now I'm going to select everything. So I'm going to hold down Command and click that final layer there. I'm going to hit Command T again. I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to choose Perspective. What Perspective does is it allows me to sort of mash this in from two sides at the same time, and it makes it look like there's some perspective going on. Now for some reason I've got some stuff over here, so I'm going to do mine a little bit differently. I'm going to have to select the whole thing. I'm going to have to select the whole thing, and I'm going to have to crop it because apparently there was something out here that it was catching. So now I should be able to hit Command T, and you see it's just got that. So I'm going to right click, go to Perspective. I'm going to click and drag on some of the corners, and I'm going to drag so it sort of looks like it's like sitting on the table like that. You might need to sort of like squish it down a little bit. So to do that, you right click and go to Scale. Might need to squish it down just a little bit to make it look like it's actually leaning down on the table. Again, going back to Perspective, give a little bit more perspective. You don't want to go crazy with it. Like, you don't want to make it go like that. That just looks weird. But you want to, sort of make it look like it's going away from you a little bit. I'm going to move this up a little bit so it's not, right in the middle of or at the bottom of my canvas. I want it to be right in the middle. And now for this last step, I'm only going to select the background. So I'm going to select the background, hit Command T, and then I'm going to stretch the background out so that it fills in all the space that I left off there. And if you want to, you could even stretch it out top to bottom also, just to sort of fill it in. So anyway, that's a good way to make your creation look like it's actually sitting on a table. Some other ideas that people have explored, they've also tried putting a puzzle box sort of off to the side here with a picture of the completed puzzle on top of the puzzle box. If you want to make this look like it's actually on the table, remember you can go to this layer right here. And remember right here we did a bevel and emboss, we did a drop shadow. In this case I just need to do a drop shadow because the pieces are already coming out at me. So I'm just going to do a quick drop shadow and then I click OK and it makes it look like the puzzle's actually sitting on a table. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, you can always email me at aaron.grable@osci.us. Give me some time to answer. As I said, I might be on the road or might be away from my computer. Thanks.